Ring of Honor's Kenny King. What did your daughter think about you being on the show?
Well, she was hyped from the beginning. You know, she was very excited. Her grandmother on her mom's side is a very big fan of the show. So she was excited. She got more excited as I showed her who Rachel was and who it was I would be competing for. So and she was very supportive. When I'd call her and just kind of talk to her, the few times that I was able to do that during the competition, she was she's always my biggest. She's my number one fan. She's the biggest, the number one person in my corner. So she was completely supportive the whole way through.
She's become somewhat of a celebrity because of this as well.
Yeah.
What was that like for you? Were you a little nervous about that, or just everything was cool?
As a father of a young girl, you're always nervous when there's a lot of people looking at her or wanting to expose her. So I was very tentative early, but everything that's been done with her has been done with just the most utmost care and respect. And so I'm really excited for her now. When we're out places and people want to take pictures, I just love looking at her face because she's really, really enjoying this kind of thing for the first time.
What does she think about Kenny King, the pro wrestler?
Well, she's been dealing with Kenny King, the pro wrestler, way longer than Kenny King, the Bachelorette contestant. So she knows, she's not thrilled when Daddy's got to pack his bags and go out of town, but she knows, the sacrifices and everything that I've got to do in order for her to live the life that she gets to live. So, she's always thinking about different things. She's even asked me, Daddy, can I be Kenzie King and I can come out and I can wear this outfit? So, she's fantasized about a pro wrestling debut of her own.
And what have you responded with? And do you want your daughter to partake in pro wrestling at some point?
My response is, you better keep your ass in school and get that PhD.
Yes!
That's what they're going to do.
Does she have any other favorites, too? I know Dad has to be number one favorite pro wrestler, but does she have other favorites?
She was a really big fan of the Beatdown Clan. She loved MVP. She loved Bobby Lashley. She was a really, really big fan of the Beatdown Clan. I'm trying to think. She really likes Austin Aries, too. That's because she knows Austin Aries, so there's that.
Kenny, does she have, I know it's been a big thing with you, obviously, on the show and your exposure, being a single dad. Does she have a relationship with her mom?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Her mother and I have joint custody. So I've got her half the time, her mother has her half the time. And, it's not just a situation where, I have her, and it's just me struggling along. We have a very solid relationship where, and it works to where when I'm on the road, usually ends up where she has her. And then, when I come back, then we trade off. And she was very, very, very helpful and very supportive of me doing the Bachelorette and being in that situation and being away for so long. So it took a very long time, but we actually have a very good working relationship when it comes to our daughter.
Kenny, that's great. That's a blessing because you hear so many times too, especially when man and woman are apart, that it's difficult. So that's really a blessing that you guys have been able to work things out and just have your daughter, I guess, be number one.
Well, like I said, it was not always so. And sometimes it just takes everybody in the situation to grow up and realize what's best for business. So, it's great now. It definitely is a blessing now.
Where do you go from here, Kenny? What are future plans? Obviously, you got this big Ring of Honor War of the Worlds UK coming up. That's going to be a huge event, a huge weekend. It's going to be on pay-per-view, just an incredible event. You have that coming up. Tell us about that, and we'll also talk about future plans.
Well, this is a big treat because every time I've got an opportunity to wrestle in the UK, I've had an absolute blast. I love wrestling in front of fans in the UK. They're vocal, they're energetic, they're excited, and this is just a huge weekend for us. Every time we get an opportunity to do one of these War of the Worlds tours or a Global Wars tour where we partner with New Japan, and we're also now partnering with CMLL, Rev Pro, What Culture. There's a whole bunch of different prominent independent promotions that are kind of getting together and making this thing happen. So it's going to be a huge event. And it starts in London with me going head up with the old foe, Jay Briscoe.
Tell us about Jay, because Jay and Mark, the Briscoe brothers, excellent tag team, but they're also excellent singles wrestlers.
Well, Jay and Mark Briscoe set the bar. As far as tag team wrestling, I don't care what three letters that you wrestle under. If you want to be considered great, you have to compare yourself to Mark and Jay Briscoe. But you don't get to be amazing tag wrestlers if you're also not pretty damn good as singles wrestlers in your own right. Mark Briscoe is a hell of a singles wrestler, and Jay Briscoe is one of the most decorated wrestlers in Ring of Honor, 2-time Ring of Honor World Champion, 8-time damn tag team champion. So Jay can get it done, singles or in tag. But man, I'm so hot right now, none of that even really matters.
Is the future holding of a world championship for Kenny King?
I can't see any reason why not. Right now, in the meantime, in between time, I'm focused on taking that World Television Championship off Kushida. I'm laser focused in on that. But, after that, after I've done that and accomplished that, I don't know who is going to be able to stop me from taking that World Championship.
Kenny, these UK fans are very passionate.